heroes chosen by a
EA, there's a huge problem we have with you. What the fuck do you think that you are trying to do? I mean, what is the point with all this? So far you are releasing shit games. And you're saying that you're going to patch them up later because it is the right thing to do. First off, let me say this. That is so fucking stupid. In the first place, I think you're trying to make yourself as a hero, but in the first very fucking place, we pay $60 of our hard-earned money just to buy a game from you that we expect to fucking work. What do? You don't do any of that shit. Instead, you just release a buggy game where nobody can be able to play it. I mean, Battlefield 4 was a fucking disaster. I spent my last money on a PS4 with Battlefield 4, not even buying the premium, and I'm glad I didn't. I bought that game. I expected to go home, and I bought a PSN Plus card, and expected to play the online multiplayer that I wanted to play for a Battlefield experience. But what I get? Server crash 9/11. And now you got this shit about NBA Live. Sure, you released the first patch, but this is totally unacceptable. I mean, I'm sorry, but I have no interest in playing Battlefield 4 anymore. If it wasn't for China Rising, which I admit, DICE, I have to give you credit, China Rising, you did perfect on that. But the original maps for Battlefield 4 is like really dull. I mean, there's no excitement in the 10 maps that you offer for the base game. It's really sad that I'm enjoying more of the expansion pack than the base game itself when it comes to multiplayer. The story itself is kinda shit. It really is. I do like how you guys have made it open world for more people to, you know, get involved with the story and stuff, but even the story is not even memorable. Make it like you did with Bad Company 1 and 2, where the story was more involved, where you wanted to get involved with the characters in the story. But I personally do not have NBA Live, but what I'm reading on this article, which you will see in the description below, apparently NBA Live, who's been released from EA as well, is experiencing problems as well. Yes, I know some people hate Kotaku, but still, it's still a source, so. But this is just absolutely pathetic. I mean, I just can't believe this. EA, if you keep on like this, people are gonna really get away from you. They're not gonna want to buy your product anymore. And it's really sad because I've been with the Battlefield community for a very long time. And this is like my first time saying, if Battlefield 5 or Bad Company 3 releases a game that is extremely buggy, I will not be interested in supporting the Battlefield series anymore. Because I don't want to waste $120, I don't want to waste $60 to $120 for a shit game that can't even be playable. You completely ruined my experience, and as a result, I hardly play the fucking goddamn game. It's really sad that I'm playing Trine 2 more than your game, which is an indie game, for Christ's sake. It's a 2D platform. I find that game, though, more enjoyable than your piece of shit. Of course, the footage that you're seeing now is Trine 2. Right now I don't have a capture card to show you the PS4 version, but I got this also on PC, so I'll be doing a review later on this week for you guys to see what this game is all about. I really like it. But anyway, it's really sad that I'm even finding Assassin's Creed 4 better too, because Assassin's Creed 4 is like really good, and Ubisoft has been doing everything right more than you have. In the past, when Battlefield 3 came out, I played that game day in and day out. When Bad Company 2 came out, I did the same thing, both for the campaign and the multiplayer. Battlefield 3 was for the multiplayer, not the campaign. But this, I can't even get the enjoyment out of both. And that's really, really sad. I pay $60 to expect great things. I pay $60 for the experience that I want to play, that I expect from that game. And it's really getting tiring. You need to change your stance, EA. Otherwise, you're going to go under, like Capcom is. You know what Capcom did, and you know it well. They did on-disc DLC. They did all sorts of shit. Look at where they're at now. They're now looking to make new DLCs for their current games. They don't even have enough money to make new games, new IPs, nothing. Honestly, if you don't change what you're doing, or what you have been doing, you're going to lose. You really are. Because at the end of the day, we consumers are the ones that put you in that spot. What made you get here in the first place? What made you a company? It was us consumers. And what you're doing is absolutely pathetic and uncalled for. Mark my words. The next game that you will release in like this state, I will never buy a product from you again, even if it means going away from my fanboyism for Battlefield. And I'm pretty sure people who have NBA Live will do the very same thing, no matter how much of a sports fan they are.
This water is really powerful. I ought to see if it works on potatoes as well.